The average temperature here is 66 degrees, which sounds fairly low when you're here in July and August and you just wonder what the average is. It really doesn't go under 30 in the winter, but with the wind chill factor, it gets down there in the teens. And our average yearly rainfall is 4.13 inches, and it always comes on the same day. If you've ever seen on the news when Las Vegas is flooding, it's a valley, so all of the rain that comes from all of the mountains surrounding come through, and we have these washes that just fill up and become rushing rivers because the ground is so hard the water can't even soak in. Now, it never snows here. We don't have a single snow plow or salt truck. If some of you are from back east, okay, these are pictures of my house in December of 2008. This was my front yard about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and by nightfall, it stuck. It was there. I had this much ice in my driveway. I tried to put some table salt out on it. It didn't work. You couldn't even go to the store. And the worst thing is my driveway's about like this, and it's really no longer than this stage. So you have to gun it to get up, but not end up in the laundry room. So it was a long week because it was north facing and it didn't get any sun. And it took more than a week to melt the ice and the snow in my front yard. And if you can see the tree, my neighbor's tree over there, we have a lot of sumac trees and olive trees, and they're not designed for this climate. And the branches, the snow just weighed the branches down. And it looked like I hate to use the phrase war zone, but it just looked like something had been through there, like a tornado, because all of the trees were they don't snap in half necessarily just yet. They just kind of sway till they can't take it anymore, till they're lying on the ground. We are surprisingly the 5th largest school district in the country, in the United States of America, with 184 schools. People never realize that we have all this. People say, "What hotel do you live in, Robin?" I live in Green Valley, okay, in a nice house. We have 28,000 students enrolled at UNLV, 127 graduate and undergrad programs, and a 600-member faculty. And we have College of Southern Nevada, which has more than 45,000 students registered. We have the bottom count everybody wants to know. We have 148,935 hotel rooms today. I hope you got a good deal on yours. We have nearly 40 million guests every year coming here, and surprisingly, 86,000 visitors arrive by car each day. The radio station I worked for 12 years catered to the drive-up tourist market from Southern California. We broadcast with 2 transmitters and several translators along the 4 to 5 hour drive. And our slogan was "Take the drag out of the drive," because I think it's 26% of all of our visitors drive up from Southern California. You never want to rob a bank here because there's only like 3 roads in. Really easy to catch you on the way out. And as I mentioned before, just 7% of our visitors are under 21. The average age of our visitor is 49. It's very much for an adult. And the other reason why we need an older demographic is you need disposable income. And the younger ones, they're buying iPads. We can come here and have fun. And bring an iPad too. We have 900 cabs, 325 limos, and Las Vegas earns $8.9 billion in gaming revenue each year. And that's why I say they didn't build the town by people winning, but it really is fun to play. So I hope you don't let that discourage you. We have more than 3.2 million square feet of meeting space. And it's incredible. And I'm so glad that I got a chance to be here with you while you're having your meeting for the Court Reporters Association. Thank you so much for having me here.
How many marriages are done here annually?
115,000. But we are the 15% of all divorces in the United States take place here. Anything else? Yes?
I know you said The Rub was your favorite show. Is that true?
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely. For a big stage spectacular, living here 36 years, I've seen them all. Hallelujah Hollywood at the old MGM Grand was one of my very favorites. It had Siegfried and Roy in it. It had so much going on. It was really fun. Girls were coming out of the ceiling and coming out of the walls. And I was like 17 years old. I was like, oh, I've never seen anything like this in Cleveland. So I really loved that. But since then, I think for a big stage show, I would say The Rev. It's probably one of my favorites. And then I like stand-up comedy, too. Yes?
Do you have any recommendations for the best restaurants and
Best restaurant. Oh, I love Bobby Filet. I love the Palm. But you have Palms across the country, but for good steak or lobster or crab legs, Joe's at the Forum Shops at Caesars has the best seafood, crab legs and crab shells. You can't go wrong with one of the designer restaurants. Emerald's Seafood at the MGM I like. There are just so many to choose from. I had a great dinner at Sea Blue at the MGM too. And the chef turned out to be from Cleveland. And I had a wonderful filet, and it was glazed with a little balsamic, and it was amazing. But if you want, you can take my business card, and if you think of any questions, feel free to email me. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you had fun.